Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. And today we are going to be continuing this work that we had previously started. It is the Pattachitra Durga Devi workshop. So on the first day of Navaratri, we started off with this painting, but it was taking a little too much time. So what we decided was we would have a part 1 to it, and this is the part 2 video of it. So welcome everyone. Now, we had in the previous video we had gone over what is Pattachitra's history, its style, its origin, where it is from, and we have gone through a lot of stuff. So let's continue with our painting. Okay, so I have this painting over here, which I had previously done. Let me see. Okay, there you go. That looks good enough. Okay, so we were doing the white color last time. So I will continue with that one itself first. So I'll just take my white. Close my paint tube. Am I closing it incorrectly? What's going on? Okay, I wasn't incorrectly. I got confused for a second. Okay, so I'll mix a bit of water into this. So whenever you paint with acrylics, right, as long as you aren't doing something like knife painting or something, it's always better to add a little bit of water into your paints before you start off with it. Okay, so we were doing these hands over here. So I think we finished these 4 hands. We had started with this. So let's continue that. So over here I will add this down. And then the same thing over here, I'll bring it. Okay, I think that is a little too much water. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah, much better. And we can draw this arrow here like that. I think what I can do is I can zoom in. I did this previously as well, so I'll just zoom in a bit. Okay, I'll keep it like that for now. Like this. Okay, and then I will do this one as well over here. Have this, and then another portion down here. So whenever I do such workshops, right, and I feel like it is not going to be done in one day, what I do is I will divide it into different videos or different lives, so that it's a lot easier for not just me but for you all also, because sometimes you won't be able to finish it in one go or in one sitting, and if at all you're able to finish as much as I did while watching the video, then you can take a break and then continue it later on. Like this. Like that. Okay, now I can start adding the decoration on the hand. So I'll just be using lines, although these are supposed to be, I'm assuming, bangles, but we'll represent them with just lines like that. And this part also. You can have a dot here, one dot there, just like that. I think we can lighten this one a bit. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And then the same thing here. Oh, this one is supposed to come out as well. Then 4 bangles on each hand. If at all you feel like your paint isn't, coming off very smoothly or thick enough, you can always add more paint to whatever paint you are currently using. There might be a little too much water in it. And if you feel that it is drying out, then you can add a little bit more water and start mixing it again. Like that. And this one over here. And then on this hand as well, 4 bangles. And I'm not sure what this is, but you have this design on this arm also. I'm not sure if it connects to the bangles or anything. So if anyone knows, you can let me know in the comments. Okay, now I'll take a bit more paint also. I will do this eye. So whenever I do such fine lines or fine works, I always hold my breath, because what that will do is it will help you stabilize your hand a lot more. Over here also there is quite a bit here as well. So let's see. This all we've done, and we have some dots here for the necklace. One, 2, and here also 1, 2. And we'll draw straight lines over here like an armband. Oh, thank you. Were you there for the first workshop as well? And Oscar, were you there for the first workshop as well, or is this the first time you're looking at this workshop? Here also we can add the bangles. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you came back, Anushka. What do you think about this so far? Is it to your liking, or maybe you would want to see something else? Anushka, what do you do? Do you also paint, or do you just do it as a hobby? That is true. You would need a very, I mean, to some extent, a steady hand. Oh, you're an artist. That's nice. Where all have you done your exhibitions at? What type of works do you do? Are you based in Mumbai itself, or do you are you here for like a visit? Just a few here and there, mostly mixed media, but I like to venture off and try new things. Okay, that is nice. That's very good to hear. Okay, now where else can we? What about me? What would you like to know about myself? How did you become an artist? Hmm. So that's an interesting question. So I started off by drawing anime. I'm not sure if you're aware of what that is, but it's a Japanese style of, I wouldn't call it cartoon, but it's in a genre of its own. I started off by doing that, and fun fact, I started drawing at I think the age of, how old was I? 10 maybe? Around 10, but I started off with tracing. I did a lot of tracing to, get that feedback. Like, oh my god, wow, how did you do this? Like, even though it was tracing, it still wasn't that good. But for my age, you couldn't achieve that without tracing. So, yeah, and then I kept pursuing it, or kept practicing, you could say. And then eventually I got my degree in fine arts, and now I'm here. This part can be a little tricky. I hope that answered your question. What's your favorite part about being an artist? Hmm, some very difficult questions you're asking. What's my favorite part? I guess you could say, to some extent, I can create what I imagine, which I believe is, it can be difficult. But yeah, I think it's the fact that I can create what I imagine or what I visualize. That would be an appropriate answer. And plus, around my friends, I can sort of flex also, like, oh, look, I can do it like this. So yeah, as my friends would call me, they wouldn't call me an artist, they would call me a drawer in out of mockery. Like, oh, look, Joshua, he's a drawer. And then the other one will call himself a cupboard. It's very dumb, but it's very funny at the same time. But I think the best part about being an artist is I can be a drawer also. So you have your pros and cons. What about you? What's your favorite part of being an artist? Since you've done a lot of exhibitions, what would you say is your favorite part of being an artist? Do you personally think art is for everyone? Yeah, of course. I think everything is for everyone. It's just a matter of whether they want to get into it or not. Everything is everything is there, everything is accessible. Now, for example, we all eat food, but not everyone wants to cook. Cooking also is an art, culinary art. So everyone, I mean, of course, there are some who may not have access to certain things due to financial situations or other circumstances, but to those who do have access to it, not everyone wants to, what do you say, get involved with it. So I would say every sort of art form, whether painting or music or culinary or theater, whichever form of art it may be, I think it is for everyone. It's just a matter of how accepting are you of the art, because I believe the art will always accept you. Oh, I should write that down. Art will always accept you, but are you willing to accept art? Not bad, not bad. I gotta start coming up with good morning quotes. My favorite thing about art is that it doesn't use language unless you write words into your painting. True? That makes a lot of sense. Art is a language of its own. I think my next question should be, what is your favorite language? Please don't answer that. It's a rhetorical question. Actually, what is your favorite language? I will be very surprised if you answer that. So, what do you do for a living? My favorite has to be Hindi. I'm terrible, but it is a beautiful language. Hmm. Not the answer I was expecting. Yeah, ask me that. I'll just be like, oh yeah, English, because that's like my best, or that's the only language I know to speak properly. Of course, even I do know other languages, but if I were to speak nonsense confidently, that would be English. Hindi also, yes. I mean, you've got a lot of words that you do not have in English. Like, for example, sorry. We do not have a word for sorry in Hindi. In Hindi, it's mujhe maaf karo, which is forgive me, or please forgive me, which is a much more sincere, way of speaking. I'd say the same thing with Urdu as well. How many languages do I speak? Hindi, English, Konkani. What else right now? Yeah, I think just these three. I can I can understand a bit of Marathi, but yeah, I would say these three: Hindi, English, Konkani. I would say Arabic as well, but if my friends see me that I said Arabic, I will get roasted in the comments. Where am I from? I am from Goa, but I was born and brought up in Kuwait. Been there for around, you could say, 19 years in total. But now I am settled in Mumbai. What about you? Where are you from? You seem to have a very Goan name as well. Gonzalez. And this painting also, it's very simple. It's not that, let me put up the reference as well. Yeah, here is the reference. So if you look at this, it looks pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but when it comes to doing those fine lines, that's where all the time is being taken. So I'll just keep this here. Do you want the reference? Art from Goa is absolutely stunning. Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt, art from, I'd say, any place is very stunning. They all have their own history and their own, what do you say, origin, which I think makes them very unique. Like this painting style, what I'm currently doing, is from Odisha or Orissa. Okay, I will have to move this every now and then. Do you have any suggestions, or do you have, any workshops that you would like to see me, maybe do in the future? Oh, I got to take this higher. I see. I'll put this here. Okay, fine. Now I will do this part over here. And then here, bring this part down and take this part there. I really like doing these, fine line work. While it is time consuming, it is very satisfying to do it at the same time. Okay, and then over here, where does it? It starts from here, this side. Just like that. Is the reference on this side blocking the painting, or do you want me to remove it? Is it okay with me keeping it there? Okay, this one is done. Any other white parts remaining? There. This one is done. The hands, the necklace, the eye, earring, also here. What I can do is, I'll make this slightly bigger than I need it to be, so that when I paint black over it, it will be a lot easier to give it shape. Now, normally I would do this earring after I'm done with the black color, but I don't know, I'm just feeling like it today. So now I will take my black color. Okay. Now I will start off with, oh, there is a lot of water. I do not need that much water. So I'll remove whatever water is there from my brush. I might need to do some, there's still a lot of water in this. Same thing here. Oh, sorry, that went out of the screen. So I'll try to be as delicate as I can with this area. So once you have proper pressure control, you can then start making very fine lines with a big brush also. Over here, I'm being very careful with it. I'm being very delicate, in other words. I'm treating it as if I use a little pressure, then this entire painting would break like glass. So that's like a scenario I keep in my head. To be a lot more careful. like that. Just a little more. Okay, now over here I can just give it some fine out retouching. Then here also. No, I'm surprised I managed to do this part with the flat brush. In this part also. Now what I'll do is I will take my thin brush that I was initially using. I will do the other outlines that are there. Like this eye over here. Like that. I think that still has a little too much water. That over there. Where else is that all? The eyes. Over there. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do the top part. My bad. So the eyelid was not supposed to be having any sort of outline, but now that I've done it, I'll do it for both the eyes. Okay, and then over here at the bottom, just like that. Same thing here also. Nice. We have the mustache. Yeah, which comes like that. The same thing here. Nice. I'll do an outline for this area as well. So one thing I like to do before, painting inside such areas is to do the edges first. Like this part here, so that it's a lot easier for me when I start painting. I'm not using a bigger brush here since this area is pretty small. Okay, and now for this eye as well. Be thin there, thick, and then thin over here, like that. I really got to be giving my 100% concentration for this painting. Okay, what else is left? Black, black, black. Here also, the hair. There you go. So I will take this part and I will do the hair also. I'll spread this part a little bit since there's a lot of water sort of clogging up in one side. Now I will clean my brush, and I have a little bit of red that I need to, you could say, complete. Oh, there is white here as well. Okay. So over here also there is white. I think that's a bit too much water, so I will take a bit more white. like that. Sorry, I think that's a bit out of frame. Take a bit more white. Okay, that white is done over there. Now once it dries out, it will be a little light. It won't be this, different as compared to this. Okay, now I think we can still have some white to do. Just when I thought we were done, over there. White, white. Okay. Now I can say that we can finally start off with the red. Or we can finish off with the red. So I'll take this red and I will put it down here. I need a bit of water. Yeah, like that. Like that. Okay. Now I will add it over here as well. I'll have to tilt it a bit, so don't mind me. Here. And then this side as well. Just like that. And then at the bottom also. Okay, it is in frame. Now we're doing the final touches. Just be careful of these wet areas. Yeah, like that. And then even over here. add a bit of water since I've taken more paint. Which part was I doing? This, I'm guessing. Just like that. Got to be a little careful there. Since I have a lot of water on my brush, it can easily spread. This tongue also needs to be entirely red. I was wondering why it looked so, empty. Like that. Okay, now with this middle staff, we can, let's see, we can use a bit of yellow, I think, in this. Is anything else missing? We did the eyes, both the eyes. Okay, now we'll finish off with this area here. So there is still one more area which still needs red that I forgot, that I missed. Okay, now I can take some yellow color. This yellow is a little too strong, so in the yellow I will add a little bit of red, like a small hint of red, you could say. And so first I'll just mix this yellow properly. I think something like this color. Yeah, this color is, wow, that is on spot. just like that. So now let's have a look at it from afar. Oh wow, I moved the book quite a bit. So there you go, that is our Pattachitra Durga Devi painting. Day 2 that we have finally completed this work. So I'll just give you a close by look. So thank you all for joining me today, and I hope the wait wasn't too long, with this part 2 video, because I know in the first video we got a lot of impressions, a lot of comments as well, a lot of questions. So I hope you enjoyed this workshop, and I will see you again tomorrow. And a happy Dussehra to everyone. Bye bye.